So you're back! You want another 10 of the scariest horror movie moments? Well, I got 10 more for you. Last week, we talked about creepy old ladies,
Your fucking baby's gonna burn.
a guy with a pyramid head ripping someone's skin off, Patrick Bateman curb stomping a poor innocent homeless man. So now we're back with 10 more of the scariest movie moments. And I'm sure you all will appreciate these and the memories that come with them. Join me now for episode 2 of the 100 scariest horror movie moments. Coming in at number 90 is Stay Alive. And listen, this movie is campy as hell, but it also is 2000's horror royalty. Stay Alive came out in 2006 and was directed by William Brent Bell and starred John Foster, Samira Armstrong, Frankie Muniz, and Sophia Bush. A group of friends start playing a mysterious survival horror game, only to realize the rules of the game follow them into the real world. It's got that early gamer core energy, chunky headsets, and dialogue that makes you miss the era of LAN parties and Mountain Dew-filled chaos. The scariest moment, the horse-drawn carriage death. You're sitting there thinking, okay, it's just another cutscene. And then it hits you, hard. The visuals, the sudden brutality, and the realization that the game is controlling real life. Peak 2000s shock value. Stay Alive is one of those films that reminds you why we love that mid-2000s wave. Loud, imaginative, slightly ridiculous, a little cartoonish, and fun as hell. The Others earns its well-deserved seat at number 89, made in 2001. It's a sort of inverted ghost story with real chills and one of the most heartbreaking endings in modern horror. For me, the scariest moment comes when little Victor says hello. The child's terror, the eerie calm of the scene, and those small disjointed fingers reaching out of the dark, it made my blood run cold. The Others gave horror an elegant kind of poetry, the kind that lingers long after the credits roll. It's a haunting reminder that sometimes we're not the ones being haunted, we're the ones doing the haunting. There's so much to say about Pearl, Ty West's 2022 prequel to his film X. But I will say that number 88 is an earned seat for what my mother calls a murderous Dorothy from The Wizard of Oz. Pearl is the origin story of the old woman from X, played phenomenally unhinged by the one and only Mia Goth. Now I know many of you are thinking I'm picking the Scarecrow scene, but no. For me, it's Pearl's meltdown after being rejected at her audition. Hearing her wail, "I'm a star!" after giving her best performance, it's gut-wrenching. You feel crushed for her, even as she spirals further into madness.
Pardon?
Sorry, it's just not what we had in mind.
Please, just give me one more chance.
Come on now.
No, I'm a star.
Come on, I'm sorry. It's time to go.
No, I'm a star. Please, I'm a star.
I'm sorry.
That's her breaking point, and the madness that follows feels like a reflection of everything she's lost. And of course, we all remember that painfully long smile during the credits, the one that made us sit there like, do I clap or call a priest? Coming in at number 87 is Wolf Creek, released in 2005. Directed by Greg McLean and stars John Jarrett, Cassandra Magrath, Kesty Morassi, and Nathan Phillips. Wolf Creek is a once-and-done kind of movie. It's not a fun rewatch, and it's not a cult classic. It's brutal. Mick Taylor, played by John Jarrett, isn't a villain you love to hate. He's just cruel, vicious, and sadistic. There's no wink to the camera, no moment of relief, just pure, unrelenting terror. The scariest scene for me, when the travelers realize Mick has drugged the water. It starts as a calm, almost friendly chat, Mick playing the part of the kind, rugged outdoorsman. But then, the switch flips, and when you realize what he's done, your chest tightens right along with theirs. By the time the credits roll, you're not thinking about sequels or Easter eggs, you're just grateful it's over. And it's the mark of a horror film that did its job just too damn well. At number 86, we've got The Cell, released in 2000 and directed by Tarsem Singh. And let me just say, this movie has range. Jennifer Lopez, Vince Vaughn, and Vincent D'Onofrio all bring their A-game in what feels like a sci-fi version of The Silence of the Lambs, but with heavier religious symbolism and a sadder story buried beneath all that surreal horror. It's a haunting look at a killer whose innocence is trapped deep behind the demons in his own mind. The scariest moment for me is when Agent Novak is being tortured, while Catherine is under the influence of the darkness inside Carl's psyche. You watch that torture scene long enough to have a gut-wrenching, visceral reaction. No pun intended. The Cell is wild, imaginative, and still surprisingly holds up all these years later. And let's be real, Jennifer Lopez ate that roll up. You know what was kind of funny is that my most recent rewatch of The Cell, I realized I had watched that when I was like 5 years old. Wasn't supposed to be watching that movie. Don't know how I ended up watching that movie, but I specifically remember Vince Vaughn getting his freaking like stomach noodles taken out. Yeah. Number 85 is World War Z, released in 2013 and directed by Mike Forster. World War Z is also known as the Hell No Apocalypse, because listen, if zombies are out here sprinting like Usain Bolt, I'm out. No negotiations. The reason why World War Z was so scary as well, because it capitalized on 28 Days Later and zombies being freaking fast. In The Walking Dead, you can outrun them. Even in the Night of the Living Dead, you can outrun them. But Walking Dead zombies, Resident Evil zombies, and World War Z zombies, it's gonna be a no for me. I don't know about y'all, but I'm not dealing with it. That's a hand salute to the world for me. Brad Pitt stars as Jerry Lane, a former UN investigator trying to save his family and maybe humanity from a global outbreak that turns the world into chaos. What made this movie work is the sheer panic of it all. The scale is massive, but the tension feels personal. From the terrifying plane scene to that wall-climbing swarm in Jerusalem. My scariest moment, the lab sequence near the end. Will Jerry's plan work, or is he about to meet his death? The silence, the dread, that clicking sound the zombies make with their teeth. Even a breath feels dangerous. It's pure anxiety fuel. World War Z isn't just zombie horror. It's apocalyptic exhaustion. You don't leave scared of the monsters. You leave scared of how fast civilization can fall apart. At number 84, we've got Unfriended, released in 2014, directed by Levon Gabriadze. And honestly, this one holds a special place in my heart. It's one of the first horror movies of its kind, played out entirely on a computer screen. You're basically on Skype with these kids as everything goes to hell. Starring Shelley Hennig, Moses Storm, and Will Peltz, I have to say, these three play a part of a friend group that would be a nightmare blunt rotation. Laura Barnes' spirit is back for revenge after bullying pushed her to tragedy, and every click, every message feels like a countdown to chaos. The scariest moment, for me, is when Val dies after drinking bleach. You don't even have time to process what's happening. For a while, she's just staring into the screen, and then abruptly, her body drops. The cops arrive, and that perfectly placed bottle of bleach says it all. Unfriended makes me weirdly nostalgic for freshman year of college energy. Messy friend groups, chaotic calls, and of course, the most unhinged game of Never Have I Ever or has ever given us.
This is not a test. This is your emergency broadcast system announcing the commencement of the annual purge sanctioned by the U.S. government. Weapons of Class 4 and lower have been authorized for use during the purge. All other weapons are restricted. Government officials of ranking 10 have been granted immunity from the purge and shall not be harmed. Commencing at the siren, any and all crime, including murder, will be legal for 12 continuous hours. Police, fire, and emergency medical services will be unavailable until tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. when the purge concludes. Blessed be our new founding fathers and America, a nation reborn. May God be with you all.
Number 83 is The Purge, released in 2013 and directed by James DeMonaco and starred Ethan Hawke, Lena Headey, and Reese Wakefield. Despite the fact that the first entry wasn't exactly a critical darling, it sparked a franchise that made everyone ask the question, what would you do if all crime was legal for one night a year?
For the next 12 hours, all crime is legal.
In the car, bitch!
For the next 12 hours, all crime is legal.
The story starts small, an upper middle class family preparing for their yearly lockdown. But when they show mercy to a man running for his life, they end up in a brutal fight for their home and their humanity. The scariest scene for me is when the gang leader delivers that chilling monologue about his right to purge, the way he smiles while dehumanizing his victim. It's eerie, it's polite, and it's terrifyingly believable. The Purge may not have been perfect, but it gave us one of horror's most disturbing hypotheticals, that violence only needs permission. Number 82 is 2016's Hush, directed by Mike Flanagan and starring Kate Siegel, John Gallagher Jr., and Samantha Sloyan. Hush is one of my all-time favorite horror films. It's terrifying, but it's also quietly empowering for women and for anyone who's ever felt underestimated. Maddie is a deaf author, living alone in the woods with only a few neighbors nearby. One night, she becomes the target of a sadistic masked killer who gets his thrill from stalking and torturing his victims. Her deafness isn't just part of the story, it is the story. Every scene makes you want to scream for her because she can't. The scariest moment? When her friend is being stabbed to death right outside, screaming for help, and Maddie, only a few feet away, can't hear a thing. It's devastating, it's claustrophobic, it feels helpless, and it reminds you how horror can hit on both a physical and emotional frequency. Hush is a masterclass in sound design, silence, and resilience. Number 81 is Hide and Seek, released in 2005 and directed by John Polson and stars Robert De Niro, Dakota Fanning, Famke Janssen, and Elizabeth Shue. Hide and Seek is one of those movies that reminded us Dakota Fanning could outact grown adults and terrify us while doing it. In this movie, the rent was due. The story follows a widowed father trying to help his daughter Emily cope after tragedy, until her mysterious new friend Charlie starts making things a little too real. The entire film keeps you guessing. Is Charlie imaginary, or is he something much darker we've been looking at the whole time? The scariest moment? When the truth finally clicks, and Robert De Niro turns, cold as ice, and says, "Daddy's gone now." That one line flips the entire film on its head and makes every scene before it feel 10 times creepier. Hide and seek may not have reinvented the genre, but it gave us that perfect blend of mystery, dread, and a child performance that still lingers in your brain years later.
It's okay. Daddy's gone now.
Well, that was episode 2, folks. 10 more of the scariest horror movie moments. Remember to return for episode 3 for 10 more, and the scares are getting more intense, so strap on and prepare, because I've got a ride for you all. Thank you so much for watching, and remember to like, share, and subscribe. Stay spooky, y'all.